A Shepherd's Heart, remembering Pope Francis, the people's pope. He walked with the poor, dined with the forgotten, and embraced the world with open arms. Pope Francis, a beacon of humility and love, has returned to the Lord. Join us as we celebrate his extraordinary life and the enduring legacy of a pontiff who redefined the papacy. Jorge Mario Bergoglio entered the world on December 17, 1936, in the vibrant city of Buenos Aires, Argentina. Born to Italian immigrants, Mario, a dedicated railway worker, and Regina, a loving mother of 5, Jorge's upbringing was rooted in faith, family, and hard work. This foundation shaped the man who would one day lead the Catholic Church. His early life was marked by simplicity and a deep connection to the everyday struggles of ordinary people. He wasn't born into privilege, he experienced life's challenges firsthand. From studying chemistry to cleaning floors and even working as a nightclub bouncer, Jorge's experiences instilled in him a profound understanding of humanity. A life-altering illness led him to a profound spiritual awakening. On the precipice of mortality, he felt an undeniable call to serve God. This divine nudge led him to the Society of Jesus, the Jesuits, where he embraced a life of intellectual rigor, unwavering faith, and selfless service. As Archbishop of Buenos Aires, he shunned the opulent confines of the cathedral, choosing instead to walk among the marginalized in the slums. He knew their names, their stories, and their struggles. He didn't just represent Christ, he embodied his compassion, becoming a true shepherd to his flock. In March 2013, the world held its breath as white smoke billowed from the Vatican, signaling the election of a new pope. Jorge Bergoglio emerged, not with regal pronouncements, but with a simple, heartfelt Buona Sera. The world leaned in, captivated by his humility and warmth. He chose the name Francis, inspired by St. Francis of Assisi, the saint of poverty and peace. This wasn't merely a symbolic gesture, it was a declaration of his mission: to serve the poor, to embrace simplicity, and to be an instrument of God's peace in the world. Pope Francis shattered expectations from the moment he ascended to the papacy. He rejected the lavish papal palace, opting instead for the simplicity of a Vatican guest house. He traded the ornate golden cross for a simple iron one, and the luxurious limousine for a modest Renault. These choices weren't about mere modesty. They were a powerful statement of solidarity with the poor and a call for the Church to embrace simplicity. His words resonated deeply with people of all faiths and backgrounds. "Who am I to judge?" he famously said, in response to a question about gay Catholics. This simple sentence, while not altering church doctrine, revolutionized the tone of the conversation, fostering a spirit of acceptance and understanding. He fearlessly tackled the inner workings of the Vatican, demanding financial accountability and transparency. He envisioned a church that listened before it spoke, a church that was a refuge for the wounded and a voice for the voiceless. He washed the feet of Muslim prisoners, a powerful symbol of humility and service. He opened a laundromat for the homeless, providing them with dignity and a sense of belonging. He didn't just preach mercy, he lived it, embodying the gospel message in every action. When climate change became a divisive issue, he released Laudato Si, a profound encyclical that called for the protection of our planet. He reminded the world that caring for creation is not a political issue. It is a moral imperative, a sacred duty entrusted to us by God. His progressive views and reforms faced criticism from some within the Church, but Francis remained steadfast, guided by his unwavering faith and his belief that God is not afraid of new things. He challenged the Church to evolve, to adapt, and to meet the needs of a changing world. Pope Francis possessed a rare gift, the ability to find joy even in the midst of suffering. He understood the power of laughter to heal, to connect, and to uplift the human spirit. He once quipped that a priest without joy is like a dry martini without the olive, revealing his playful sense of humor. He wasn't afraid to joke about his own mortality, his aches and pains, and even the challenges of his papacy. He embraced his imperfections, reminding us that we are all works in progress, striving to become better versions of ourselves. He once told a group of children that wrinkles were proof of joy, a beautiful reminder to embrace the aging process with grace and gratitude. In 2024, he extended an invitation to comedians from around the world, including Chris Rock, Jimmy Fallon, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus, to visit the Vatican. He told them that laughter was holy, a gift from God that could break down barriers and build bridges between people. He envisioned a church that radiated joy, a church that danced even in the darkness. He understood that faith should be a source of hope and inspiration, not a burden or a source of fear. Even as age and illness took their toll, Pope Francis remained a tireless servant of God. He battled pneumonia, bronchitis, and diabetes, facing each challenge with unwavering faith and resilience. Doctors marveled at his strength and determination, but he never wavered in his commitment to his flock. He continued to meet with world leaders, including U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance, using his platform to advocate for peace, justice, and the protection of the environment. He waved to the crowds, offering a smile and a blessing, even when he was in pain. In March 2025, a poignant photo captured him celebrating Mass in a hospital chapel, his frail body a testament to his unwavering devotion. He could barely lift his arms, but he lifted the spirits of millions around the world. On Easter Sunday, he delivered his final public message, his voice weak, but his spirit strong. An aide read his blessing, but Francis radiated hope, his eyes shining with the light of Christ. On Easter Monday morning at 7:35 a.m., Pope Francis peacefully passed away in the Vatican guest house he had called home. His death marked the end of an era, but his legacy of love, humility, and service will endure for generations to come. The world paused to mourn the loss of Pope Francis. Condolences poured in from leaders of all nations and faiths, including Trump, Macron, Biden, Modi, and King Charles. His passing transcended religious boundaries, uniting people in grief and gratitude for his extraordinary life. Thousands of people lined up at St. Peter's Basilica, waiting for hours to pay their respects. Children drew pictures, adults wept openly, and families shared stories of how Pope Francis had touched their lives. A refugee family shared how he had helped them escape war, offering them hope and a new beginning. Students in Papua New Guinea spoke of his visit as a turning point, inspiring them to strive for a better future. A bishop said he made faith feel like a warm embrace again, reminding people of the love and compassion at the heart of the gospel. He was more than a pope. He was a brother to the broken, a shepherd to the searching, and a witness to the transformative power of love. He embodied the teachings of Christ, showing us how to live a life of service, humility, and compassion. What lessons can we learn from the life of Pope Francis? He challenged us to go to the margins, to reach out to the marginalized and forgotten members of society. He encouraged us to cultivate a sense of humor, to find joy in the midst of adversity. He called us to build a church of mercy, not judgment, a church that welcomes all and embraces the love of God. He was not without his flaws, and he did not solve every problem, but he lived his faith authentically, showing us that holiness is not found in perfection, but in presence, in showing up for others and offering them our love and support. He made the church feel like home again, a place where people could find solace, hope, and a sense of belonging. He reminded us that we are all children of God, deserving of love and respect. As we remember Pope Francis, let us not simply mourn his passing, but commit ourselves to living out his legacy. Let us embrace mercy, humility, joy, and love that moves us to action. Let us strive to create a world that is more just, more compassionate, and more loving. Rest in peace, Pope Francis. Your smile softened the hardest hearts, your steps walked where few dared to tread, and your heart made heaven feel a little closer. Your legacy of love will continue to inspire us for generations to come. Montage of Pope Francis blessing people, his silhouette against the sunset, quote on screen. Holiness doesn't mean doing extraordinary things, but doing ordinary things with love and faith. Let us not be satisfied with a mediocre life. Be amazed by what is true and beautiful, what is of God. If money and material things become the center of our lives, they seize us and make us slaves. The world tells us to seek success, power, and money. God tells us to seek humility, service, and love. Pope Francis. If this tribute resonated with you, please give it a like and share it with your friends and family. Share your favorite Pope Francis memory in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to Trending Moment Now for more inspiring stories that touch the soul. Let us continue to spread the message of love and compassion that Pope Francis so passionately embodied. May his memory be a blessing to us all.